Hello and welcome to another game, this time with Lumen, Kimball, and KLJ. Looks like we have another Constable game, which is always interesting. Cards in this pack that stick out to me. Being able to take Constable and be the only one that knows about it is powerful. Experienced Farmer, I've never played, but I think would go well in a Constable game. Getting veggie and grain early. The vegetable and grain come early. Cows come late. Unicycle driver is, or sorry, not unicycle driver. Wheelbarrow pusher is powerful. Unicycle driver is not powerful, but you can sometimes get some cute combos with it. Hoarder ups your point cap, but I'm not a huge fan of Hoarder. Maybe I'll take it on the wheel, but don't think I'm taking it here. Elder's Daughter is also a consideration. Just 4 clay is nice, and it makes it easier for you to be the one to get the bonus. I think I'm going to try Experienced Farmer. I've never played it before, and maybe I can get some crop strategies going. I like trying cards that I haven't played before, so sure. Wow. This pack is extremely strong. Benefactor is a card I love. Oven Admirer is strong, especially knowing there's Elder's Daughter in the game. Buying the Stone Oven is decent. Branch Collector is even a card I like, although I don't think it's as strong as these other cards. Reed Collector is just extremely powerful. Being able to get 4 read early game is pretty crazy. I think I'm going to take Benefactor here. I just love this card, and it opens the doors for you to do some very cool things. Yeah. Just a room for an animal is such a good deal. But that pack was crazy strong. Wow. Okay. So this pack is also strong. Blacksmith being in the game is very important to note with what's it called? The Elder's Daughter. Taking the Blacksmith could be powerful. Tile Maker is another card to note. Want to be in clay at the end of the game. But I think I have to take Shear here. I'm going to be fencing early. Shear can give you a good amount of food and points. So yeah, I think Shear is the easy pick here. Yeah, so we have to keep in mind both Tile Maker and Constable. This pack is pretty weak. Cowboy can be playable, but considering we want to fence early anyways, I don't think we're interested in it. It's important to note in a Constable game, Cowboy can be good as well, because it can guarantee you the animal grabs at the end of the game, but considering how early we're fencing, and the fact that Experienced Farmer will hopefully give us one of each animal, that makes it that it means that Cowboy probably won't be necessary. Cleric I'm not a fan of. We could consider playing it here just because we don't necessarily need to get Alex out super early. We want to get Experienced Farmer out before the first harvest, but Shear doesn't necessarily have to come out. Stone Custodian is just some amount of food. Clay Plaster is playable. I think those are the two cards I'm considering most. I'll take Clay Plaster, but I wouldn't be surprised if I don't play it. Okay, so we wield Elder's Daughter. That's probably the card to take here. Cattle Whisperer is fine. I could consider taking Cattle Whisperer, actually. It'll give us cows relatively early if we play it in round 1 or 2. Experienced Farmer won't give us cows until late in the game, and maybe not at all, considering at that point we might not have the most fields. Right now we don't have a use for cows, but being able to get them breeding could be nice. Constable didn't come back, so somebody's probably going to play it. We don't have a unicycle driver game at all. Master Fencer, we don't have a Master Fencer game, and Animal Trainer is unplayably bad. So it's definitely between Cattle Whisperer and Elder's Daughter. Yeah, I don't know here. Cattle Whisperer, there are some miners that work very well with early cattle between Ox Cart, the Cow Plow, the obviously Milking Stool. So there's cards that could work with this. But I think if we don't get any of those cards, I'm not super interested in Cattle Whisperer. Is there any chance? So Elder's Daughter will probably be in the game no matter what, because the rest of these cards aren't very good. So given that, taking Elder's Daughter essentially just gives us a 4 clay action, because we know these points will probably be in the game no matter what. So we might as well get the 4 clay ourselves. Sure. I don't think Mastermind will split. Oh, well, it did. So we could play Mastermind if we wanted. Try to play guilds. Branch Collector is somewhat interesting, but I think we want Mastermind. Mastermind, when we have 2 bonus point ox already, can get us a good amount of points, especially when we're interested in building guilds this game. Storehouse Minder is the best card here. We're not interested in Swineherd or Water Carrier. We might not play Storehouse Minder, but the option is nice. So this pack, wow. I do like Grotto. It gives you a way to get stone for majors early. But given we have both Mastermind and our fencing early, Pelts is easily the pick. I'd be happy to wheel Grotto. I'd be happy to wheel Clay Path. Yeah. All right. Well, we did get past Heavy Plow, which makes it a little bit unfortunate that we didn't take Cattle Whisperer. This was one of the cards I mentioned that would make Cattle Whisperer strong. But I think we'll manage. Half Timbered House could be fine. Rum Distillery is very strong. we'll get 1 grain early, but I don't know if we'll get more than that. But that might be good enough to play Rum Distillery sort of mid game. Use it maybe 4 times. It's definitely between Half Timbered House and Rum Distillery. I think the fact that we can get an extra point for Mastermind with these. I think there's a reasonable chance that we only have 3 rooms this game, so I'll go with Rum Distillery. I'm surprised Tavern doesn't have the bonus point symbol. I would think that it would. As far as this pack goes, Sapling is probably the strongest card. Eel Farm is okay with Constable in the game, but given we're going to be plowing a lot, I don't think we need it. Yeah, I think we just want to get Sapling for tons of wood. It also gives us a miner to play early. Say if we go 4th, we can take 3 wood and then play Sapling and get 6 wood on round 6, and then around then we can fence to play our Benefactor. It'll be an interesting game because even with Mastermind and Elder's Daughter, I'm not going to be looking to go on Restone Food much early. I want to plow probably twice before the harvest to make sure I get the Experienced Farmer points, or Experienced Farmer grain, and then I also want to be taking lots of wood to set up Benefactor. We only need to play one occupation before the first harvest. In Experienced Farmer, we can consider maybe playing Storehouse Minder, Elder's Daughter, or even getting up Mastermind early. But Experienced Farmer is the only one that we almost certainly want to get up. The other ones are kind of optional. As always, feel free to say hi in the chat. Thinking about what else was in this game. So there's a constable. Somebody is going to be doing heavy major strategies with the blacksmith and knowing Elder's Daughter is in the game. And yeah, I just guess I just mean keep track of the blacksmith. Country Silo could be interesting with Rum Distillery getting a lot of grain. Obviously, Chimney and Costermongers are both somewhat interesting. Chimney to get majors for Elder's Daughter, Costermongers to trigger Mastermind and to let us use some vegetables for points and food. Master Oven is decent because we can pay 1 less stone once Blacksmith is in play. So it's 1 stone and 2 clay for 3 points, which is a good deal. Master Oven is excellent. I think it's between Costermongers and Country Silo here, though. Yeah, I'll go with Costermongers. I think just the extra point is so valuable. And we'll have fields to sow grain in, so we can probably just use that for our grain income and even veggie income. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Clay Path came back. That's probably the most interesting to me with Mastermind. Clay Path is already good. 3 clay for 3 points is excellent. Now 3 clay for 4 points is amazing. Nail Basket is okay, but we don't really need it. We'd rather use stone for other things. Salary, being able to get 1 free food is nice, but not really interested in it. Don't want Abandoned Willow with Experienced Farmer, and we didn't see any plows for Punter, so unlikely it'll trigger. So Clay Path is easily the pick here. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. If we play them all, that trigger Mastermind. Beast Statue is somewhat interesting given we want both grain and vegetables, but I don't think it's worth it. We could also try Bartering Check, turn a sheep into 2 stone, but yeah, I think Herb Garden is the pick. We're going to be planning on sowing vegetables in the middle of the game. Yeah, I don't think we'll have time to day labor. Day laboring is nice when in that it can give you a decent last action, but given we want to be last actioning plowing with Experienced Farmer, it's not really interesting. So Herb Garden is the pick here. Yeah, that's always something to keep track of, is some cards are good because they upgrade your last action. So Wheelbarrow Pusher is one of the big examples of that, and it was in this draft. So it's important to remember Wheelbarrow Pusher was in this draft for one. But also, just as an example, it's a Wheelbarrow Pusher. Your second action becomes much better because you essentially can get Reedstone Food second action every turn, which is good because Reedstone Food is significantly better than most other second actions. But it doesn't work well with another card that would also upgrade your second action. So something like Field Washman, where you want to be second action, taking grain and plowing, makes Wheelbarrow Pusher worse. Day labor cards like Seasonal Worker, anything like that, where you're probably going to be taking an action space with your second action. You don't want multiples of those in a game. Here I think Unwanted Goods is the best card. Ale Farm, again, is interesting with Constable, but we don't really have a reason to be fishing. This is actually close, because Ale Farm can just make it very easy to get Constable. So we're going to be fencing 12, tie it for Benefactor, almost certainly, and then we'll be plowing at least 5 fields. So we might have some empty spaces. So yeah, I think I actually will take Ale Farm. Well, I guess another thing to think about is early miners. So Start Player is another second action, so the fact that we want to be plowing with our second action makes it less likely we'll take Start Player, but we only really want to plow 2 or 3 times in the first 2 stages, so we will have some extra second actions, so we can consider Start Playering with Unwanted Goods. Yeah, I think I'll be able to fill in my farm somehow, whether it be building stables or whatever. I'm just not planning on fishing at all. So I'm not looking to go first here because I'm not interested in Reedstone Food that much. If I do go first, I'll probably take Reedstone Food, maybe try to set myself up for Storehouse Minder. But I would much rather go. Okay, so we are going first. Kind of funny, 2 games in a row where I'm not super interested in going first, and I go first. sheep flipped, so definitely need to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll take one Reedstone food action. Wheelbarrow Pusher from KLJ. So we talked a little bit about this. I misarranged the farms. This is good for us because it makes KLJ less likely to take starting player because they'll be wheelbarrow pushing. Clerk from Lumen, interesting. We will take 2 clay here to try to buy the first fireplace. Yeah. Mastermind is hard to play in that. I'm not really sure when the best time this game to play Mastermind is. Obviously, if we want Elder's Daughter to give us the 4 full clay, we would have to play both Mastermind and Elder's Daughter before round 5, which is going to be difficult. Yeah, we'll have to see. Fishing Rod from Kimball. A fine card to play when going 4th. We got 4 wood here, which is exactly what I wanted. Kimball taking Reedstone food over 4 wood makes me think he might be the blacksmith player, but who knows. So Wheelbarrow Pusher, I believe, was in our opening hand. So the... Oh, wow, unicycle driver. Lumen saying they don't combo if you try to do 1 clay, 1 reed. He's correct in that it will only trigger on one of the spaces because for Wheelbarrow Pusher to work, you have to use a person's action to take the space. So interesting to see what KLJ tries to connect with the unicycle driver. Maybe he will just go for the clay anyways. It's possible he'll go for fishing. Oh wow, wood distributor ruining the Wheelbarrow Pusher. That's funny. So what do I want to do here? I think I'll just get sapling out, or no, I'll plow field. I'll save sapling for later in the game, I think. Oh wow, Lumen plowed a field, so Yeah, I think we, with both Costermongers and Rum Distillery and Herb Garden, we do want to do the experienced farmer, but yeah, going to be interesting trying to make all this work. Wow, Lumen taking 2 wood, so I'm interested. I guess there weren't great actions on this board, so that's fine. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with the cards, Wood Distributor distributes the wood over these 3 spaces, which makes Wheelbarrow Pusher not super usable. Well, this would be a big problem from KLJ putting a road to start player. So I'll probably have to take start player this round, because if I don't, I'll be going last. Kimball fishing. So I'm going to be starting player sapling with my second action. Figuring out what to do here is difficult. 3 clay and a wood is interesting. Reedstone food is interesting. Even 3 food is interesting. I could play experienced farmer here, and then I guess I want to make sure I get the fireplace, so I'm just going to start player first action. It's looking like I might have to give up on the experienced farmer. Which is unfortunate. My actions in the next 2 rounds are going to be, what's it called? Fireplace into 4 sheep, probably. So no time to get out experienced farmer. Blacksmith from KLJ, so he's the one that has it, which is fine for me. I guess one thing I could have considered here is I could have start player Rum Distillery instead of sapling, and then plowed, and then first action experienced farmered. And if I wanted to do that instead of going for the fireplace, but I think the fireplace is much more valuable in this game. So 3 clay, 1 wood is interesting here. 3 food is interesting. I could play an Auk. For example, I could play Mastermind. I could play Storehouse Minder if I want to do that this game. Looking like we'll have to give up on Experienced Farmer. I still might be able to play Rum Distillery and Costume Mongers, just taking a grain and veggie and sowing them. Yeah, I think we'll take 3 wood, or 3 clay and wood. We want to build up our wood to try to benefactor. This also lets us buy the cooking hearth instead of a fireplace. Yeah, I do not think this unicycle driver will work out for KLJ, because the problem with it is all the spaces you want to unicycle to are a lot of the actions you want to take first. Like some are okay, like connecting fishing to one reed, although that's ruined by, yeah, it's a wood distributor. Basically ruined all the good possibilities. Um, wow, so nobody took the 2 wood, so we could take 4 wood here. Or sorry, nobody took clay, so nobody's threatening the fireplace. So we could, for example, take reedstone food here and set ourselves up to build a room. And then build the fireplace with our second action. The risk that runs into is Lumen might take wood and fence. And if KLJ does the unicycle driver on wood and takes start player, then Lumen would get the sheep in front of us. But I think that might be okay. Yeah. Do I think anybody is gonna... No, I'm gonna go for it. This might be a mistake. Luminous is the kind of person that absolutely would try to jack the sheep. But with Wheelbarrow Pusher, there's significantly less reed in the game. KLJ is going to be taking it all. Well, at least every time that distribution doesn't happen. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Alright, Lumen taking clay, good. Makes it pretty impossible for him to fence. Kimball could fence here, but don't think it's happening. We'll play the cooking hearth. Oh. Yeah, so Kimball could fence here, but given he can build a room, I don't think that's likely. One concern would be him building a room and 2 stables. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Hobby Farmer from Lumen explains the plow. Yeah, and we just have to hope Kimball... Alright, start player from Kimball with axe. Excellent for us. It means he's not taking our sheep. It also means KLJ isn't start player. Yeah, I don't like unicycle driving start player because, especially when you can't take start player with the first action, you have to unicycle drive for it because people really don't want to allow you the start player action. Kimball distributing makes sense. So now I just have to decide what exactly I'm going for. If I'm going to go for experienced farmer still this game. I could take Redstone Food again. I don't really want to do that. Wow. So Kimball's the only one set up to build a room, and he's able to build 2. So this is excellent for Kimball. I can't really do anything to threaten it. So I think I'm just going to get the Mastermind out here. I really want to get it out before I start playing all these other cards. I'll probably have to take sheep with my second action, but I want to be able to play Freox. Yeah, Kimball's in a pretty dominant position, but we should be fine if Family Grow flips late because we have pretty efficient actions in terms of Benefactor. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what. Dormer from Lumen, so Lumen will be able to build a room next round. Very nice with Hobby Farmer. I don't want to mess about with these sheep. Lumen can take them if I do not. He can build a fireplace. And then first action the sheep next round. So the way I'm going to play this, I think, is set up to fence 12 once the 6 wood comes in. And Benefactor, I might try to build before that, but we'll have to see. I'll have to keep in mind Eldest Daughter. I might just go for a lot of major improvements and then just Eldest Daughter in the last round. Stone Custodian from KLJ, excellent when Stone flips in round 5. That's the ideal Stone Custodian because it will probably give him a food here and a food here. Also, the fact that the clay rooms card that gives you 2 points for being in clay at the end of the game, that card being in the game, and blacksmith all make Stone Custodian better because they all disincentivize people from taking stone. So far I've seen every card that KLJ played, so it's possible he has some very powerful card that works with these majors he's building, maybe even a bragger. I don't know if there was a ban on this game. Looks like there was a ban list. KLJ can't build a room right now. I'm not sure. Oh, he played Stone Custodian rather than taking Reedwood. So Road from Reed to Major. Interesting. We just want 4 wood. 4 wood, I think, is the best action. We could consider 2 wood, 3 clay, but yeah, I just want to get the 4 wood up. If 2 wood, 3 clay comes back, I might consider taking that and just completely giving up on experienced farmer, because then I could build pottery. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting, seeing how this all plays out. Yeah, so J taking Reedwood first action. Interested why that was the first action. I think it's far more likely that that what's it called wheels, that Reedwood wheels than Major wheels, but it's probable that he gets both of them. So so here I can either plow a field to set up experienced farmer, or I could take 2 wood and 3 clay. The 2 wood, 3 clay doesn't really give me any great breakpoints. It allows me to buy pottery, but beyond that, I'm not sure. I could also build the well here. It blocks KLJ, and it gets me in a position for eldest daughter points. I think just taking the best piles of resources is good, especially when there's a wood distributor in the game. Wood is tight, so taking wood when I can is nice. KLJ plays pottery, which makes my take of this way worse. I guess he took 4 clay. Sure. I'm interested what KLJ is doing with all this. So I have 15 wood essentially right now, which means in order to build a room and fence 12 for benefactor, I still need more wood. I do want to get experienced farmer out, I think, because there's a constable in the game. I think I just want to plow. Getting plows out early, since there's no way for me to plow otherwise in this game, is nice. I can consider just fencing a big 15 instead of a small 15. Yeah, I think I want to plow. The other option would be playing shear, but I really want this experienced farmer out. And getting the plows out now with constable in the game, I think, is important. Yeah, this is the same Lumen that made the tutorial video. Lumen Sperling. There was a half-timbered house in this draft. Right now it looks like Kimball would be the one with that, especially considering they have Axe. Yeah, obviously I could have built there, preventing CalJ from building, but that really wasn't something I was worried about. Harry player, experienced farmer, and get a grain. So it's cow, boar, sheep, veggie, grain. Cow, boar, sheep, veggie, wheat, grain. Yep. Yeah. I didn't see any way to help plow in this game. We saw no plows, no ox that allow you to plow. So this experienced farmer, if I just plow somewhat aggressively, if I plow in one of either 8 or 9, I should be able to stay ahead of people. Lumen will probably try to plow to block me, but again, as long as I get one of the 2 plows, I should be fine. This is an extremely late grotto from KLJ, but it could still work, and just being able to buy the resources is also interesting, but KLJ really doesn't have the food to afford buying this many resources, so I'm not sure how all this will work out for them. Here I'm definitely going to fence. Wow, some very crazy piles. Four stone sitting there. Yeah, I mean, 4 stone's sort of interesting. I think at this point I'm going to have to give up on eldest daughter. But that's fine. So nobody right now can eat animals, so my sheep might be safe to take next round. Yeah. KLJ will probably take forward here, leaving himself the opening for start player, but I think I'm just going to fence here. Yeah, so Kimball saw the benefactor, so he knows what's going on. Lumen did not. Interesting. Lumen might buy the fireplace here. Lumen taking the stone will buy the well. So I think I just play benefactor here in the chance that either Lumen or Kimball takes start player. It also allows me to play pelts off start player. Yeah, just make sure I get it up. Yeah, getting this experienced farmer will be tricky. I want to take sheep. I want to plow. I kind of want to play shearer. Yeah, this road is very inconvenient. But Kimmel has enough actions that Well, he doesn't have minors to play, so I don't think he'll be taking starting here. But he might even be building room in front of me, which is unfortunate. We'll have to wait and see. Lumen playing the well, which is good because it means he's not playing a minor. Or he's not. Oh, I guess he could still play a fireplace. I didn't realize he was renoing. Interesting. Kimball taking a big pile of clay. Yeah, so I just want Lumen to not be building fireplace here. That would be a big bummer. Playing an Ock. Lumen has the clerk food coming, which is good. Oh wow, Noble. Very nice for Lumen. It allows you to take occupied action spaces once per round when you're in stone. Not amazing yet, just because there's not a ton of occupied spaces. Like it's nice late game with Family Grow without room and Plow. Um, um, the one thing the Noble does, unfortunately, is it will allow Lumen to pressure my fields pretty aggressively. But I'll be happy as long as I can get a grain and a veggie. I might be down to play a game after this. I'll have to see how long this game takes and what I'm up to after it ends. Yeah, so the thing I'm afraid of is Lumen might first action Plow here, which would kill my experienced farmer. KLJ, obviously family growing. Kimball, there's a good chance will start player, or doesn't even have to start player if I don't start player. Lumen taking wood instead of plowing, so I think I have to plow here. Getting the plow and the veggie is a bit too valuable. Kimball will probably might try to jump me, but the plow is a bit too important. Again, with Constable in the game, I really want to be plowing right now while I can. I think it's likely that Lumen has the Constable. His first two picks were Hobby Farmer and Noble, but after that, nothing. KLJ playing Reed Collector makes sense. It's a late Reed Collector, but when you have BMW, Reed Collector this late is still fine. And rope fences, so rope fences lets you turn Reed into fences. Um, Yeah, so I'll have to figure out. Ideally, I would be taking. Oh, so I have to take the sheep here, actually. Punter from KLJ doesn't mean a lot. I don't think there was any plows in this game. Yeah, I think the Elder's Daughter is definitely dead this game, but we still should be able to get a good number of Mastermind points. We still might even be able to build Joinery. Yeah, so Kimball will be able to jump me here, but I have to take the sheep because otherwise I have to return an animal for Benefactor. So so taking start player doesn't do any good because none of my start players give me any extra food. So I would have to eat the sheep and then not be able to return for Benefactor. I can take sheep with my first action, but if Kimball builds, he'll be able to jump me anyway, so there's no reason to take start player. Oh, yeah. Benefactor, when you have 4 fence pastures, you can return an animal for a wood room. So far, the clay card that gives people 2 points for being in clay has not been played yet, which is a bit unfortunate considering we definitely want that card to be played. We'll have to wait and see. So the 4 wood is gone. I kind of wanted that between Rum Distillery and Costermonger's 4 wood is great, and it also leaves me open to building the joinery or another miner. I can consider taking 2 boars here, but I don't think I can afford that. Master Fencer from Lumen, very nice. I think so. Lumen took Hoarder out of our opening pack, I believe, which means Kimball might be the one with the Constable. So I don't think Constable will get played this game, unfortunately. Flea Market from Kimball, so family growing in front of me. I don't believe KLJ will be building more. He might. I'll have to wait and see. So, what to do here? I think I just want to take the boars. It's the best point action. Gives me some food in the future. Yeah. Yeah, so we still do have a good amount of points coming between Pelts, Clay Path. We should still be able to play Rum Distillery, if not both Rum Distillery and Costermongers. Although we probably will play Costermongers too, even if we don't convert a veggie at all. It's 2 wood for 2 points. I assume Farmer's coming out here from Lumen. KLJ is setting up to build a room, so I guess I have to start player here. It's not the end of the world. We do have some improvements we want to get out. I'll play Pelts. So my 2 actions here will probably be sow and family grow. Family grow with Clay Path. Yeah, we'll have to see. I could also family grow with herb garden to get my food going, but who knows. So Lumen didn't plow here, which means our experienced farmer should be safe. I can consider taking 2 cows here instead of sowing. Deny the animals from everybody else. Farm overseer from Kimball, gonna give him a good amount of food. Very nice. KLJ buying the joinery, which denies it from our mastermind, but that's okay. Yeah. I'm interested to see what exactly goes on with start player. KLJ will probably try to unicycle driver it with this 3 wood. So yeah, we have a couple of options here. We could sow to try to get our rum distillery and costermongers going. We can take 2 cows, or we could play shear. I think those are the best 3 options. I'm just going to take animals, deny them from everybody else, give ourselves points and food. Yeah, I think Kimball's still in a commanding position this game. Interesting, the combo of downsizing and wooden strongbox and also assumedly half-timbered house is not very strong, so we might see Kimball not downsize this game. although it would make his renovations easier, requiring one less clay and one less stone, so I might go for it anyways, even though he's losing out on some points. We will remove a sheep for a room and family grow with, so here I get to decide between clay path and herb garden. The main decision is how many miners I think I'm going to play this game. I definitely want to play clay path at some point, but if I'm going to end up playing herb garden anyways, I want to be able to get the food from it. So I probably want to be playing rum distillery as well this game before the next harvest. Maybe even costermongers. So I want to be taking start player once to try to get family grow or plow sow. I want to be taking renovation once at least to get to clay for an improvement action, maybe renovating twice and going to stone. So if I renovate to stone, that is 4, so I can play all of them. So yeah, I'll play the herb garden. Could use the food. I'm stupid. You have to have a sown vegetable field. I had been thinking that I was going to sow, but I didn't actually sow. Yeah, you're correct, Cassie. I'm just dumb. So things to do. As possible, we'll remain start player, which would be ideal. In that case, I'll take whatever flips in round 12. I do want to 4-wood at some point because that allows me to play both costermongers and what's it called? Or rum distillery. Yeah, so things to think about going forward is making sure I get my plows in for constable. I do think constable probably won't get played. Kimball is the one I have it, I believe. And it's looking like he won't have a constable game. Kimball taking starting player, so we're very much hoping the family grow flips. Oh. Yeah, so things to think about. I think I want 4 wood. Though. Yeah, I need to think here. So I do want a wood action. I want to plow. Yeah, I'll take the wood. Hopefully start player comes back to me. One thing to consider is I could try to build another room here. KLJ will be family growing with room this round, but I could family grow with room next round. Yeah, so I guess this is the decision point. I can either just start player one of my improvements, or I can take 3 clay, 1 wood, and build. The main problem with doing that is I would need to take another read action in order to renovate. But it might still be worth it. I think I just want to take start player here. Assuming So gets back to me, I think I'll do that with my last action. If not, I will... Well, nobody's going to be sewing. Lumen has no interest in sewing, so I think we're fine. Yeah, I'll just get my sow out of the way because I definitely want a sow. Um, Ideally, plow would come back to me so I can trigger my experienced farmer, but I don't think that's super likely. Um, we should be fine as far as constable goes. Oh, I keep forgetting. I've been talking as if constable went the first time around, but didn't I see it come back around? Or did I not? I don't know. I'm getting confused since I've played 2 games in a row that both had constable. Um, maybe not. Maybe constable didn't come around in this game. It wheeled in the game I played last night. Um, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Um, if start player wheels to me, I probably will take it just to plow so. Um, Considering getting these improvements out is good for me. I definitely want to play shear with one of my actions, get my passive food going. Um, yeah, we'll have to see. The clay renovation card might still get played, in which case. I forgot to distribute the wood, but that should be fine. We do want a clay action, so taking 4 clay 2 wood might be okay, but we don't really have anything to do with the wood, so it doesn't really matter. KLJ taking the clay and wood makes sense, given they have joinery. Um, if Kimball takes 3 stone here, I'll assume that he has half timbered house. But we'll have to see. I also have to keep track of the amount of animals I can hold. Probably what I want to end up with is oh wow, Lumen starting playing. That's fine for me. Well, if Plauxel comes back, that'd be a huge bummer. All right, so Kimball plowing instead of plow sowing, just because. But I think if I hadn't sown last round, he would have plow sowed instead of plowing. So I don't think it actually matters that I sowed last round. I think I wasn't getting the plow sow if I hadn't sown. So whatever. Um, we'll play Shearer with my last action. Oh yeah, I forgot that there is one Plow Helping card. We did see this card, so I knew this was in the game, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I really don't think Constable's happening this game, so we'll be fine. So Lumen cannot can't plow this round because he's going to be family growing with one of his actions. And you can only use Noble to take one occupied action space, so we will get a boar from Experienced Farmer. I assume we won't be getting a plow in round 14, but you never know. If we don't get a plow in round 14, then we won't be getting the, what's it called? We won't be getting the Experienced Farmer to trigger because Lumen will have 4 fields. Oh wow, Lumen choosing not to family grow. I guess we'll not be getting the boar. That's unfortunate. So I have to think about how I'm eating. I will eat a cow. And a boar to pay my harvest. And then that plus shear, I can pelt 1. Yeah, I'm very surprised Lumen isn't family growing. I guess he's trying to get constable points, but yeah, I mean, maybe he thinks I'm the one with the constable. I don't know. That's very weird to me. Kimball plays Oven Admire. Yeah, I mean, I guess Kimball could theoretically get Constable if he's able to take 4 wood and fence. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting seeing him try to do all this. It also looks like he's giving up on Half-Timbered House. So I'm distilling this rum for a point, and then shear gives me 2 food and I feed 7. Because Lumen removed a field with Experienced Farmer, or Abandoned Willow, my Experienced Farmer will trigger. So I think the best situation for me to end up is with 4 cows, 3 boars, and 6 sheep. So if Kimball doesn't take stone, I'll be taking 2 clay with my first action, I think. Well, it's complicated. So taking clay isn't good if it's very weird. I have to think about it a lot. So I assume Kimball's taking stone with its first action. Just seems like it's the most important. It guarantees him Reno fence. It doesn't mean he won't get constable. But yeah, okay. In that case, we plow. We're not getting a Reno action, which is whatever. This is a bummer if KLJ has the clay card that gives you 2 points if you're in clay at the end of the game. But there's nothing we can do about it. We can't Reno here. Yeah. So we plow, guarantee Kimball can't get constable points. So the constable never comes out. So our actions will be Costermonger for sure, and then the other action, I don't know. We're gonna have to eat. Oh, I guess I'll family grow if it comes back to me. I should have family grown here, but no, I think this is better. Lumen will probably family grow here, which, whatever. Given that I blocked Constable. Well, he doesn't know that Kimball has the Constable. I think he might think I have the Constable, so he might try to take a grain and a sheep here. Because I could build 1 stable and play Constable. I'm sure that's what Lumen's thinking about, because obviously the best action for him would be family grow, given that Constable's not in the game. Well, actually, I guess he'll take a sheep, because he can take a grain with, even if it's occupied. Stone chimney. Very strange. Oh, I thought this was the one that makes, what's it called, cheaper? That makes ovens and cooking hearths cheaper, because that was also in this game. I think that might just be called chimney. Kimball might be struggling to feed, actually. I hadn't even been paying attention to that. So he can't build a fireplace anymore. Here we definitely family grow. We hope that Costermonger's wheels, but if not, it's not the end of the world. One thing to think about is I could even... no, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I was thinking about building a room for constable points, but that doesn't make any sense at all. It would give me one more point with pelts, but since constable's coming out, that doesn't matter. And even if constable was coming out, I think building a stable is better. So Kimball sows. Here we just costermongers, make sure we get it out. Where is it? And then we will probably take a vegetable if it comes back to us, or we can play Eldest Daughter as an Ock for points. It does give 3 points to KLJ, but I'm not worried about competing with KLJ. Oh, very interesting. KLJ playing Half-Timbered House and now playing Stone Curator. So KLJ's score just got significantly better. So the Stone Curator will be 1, 2. So the Stone Curator is 4 points, 3 points from Master Oven, 3 points from Half-Timbered House. So plus 10 points to whatever his score is. So 33, 43. We should be able to beat that, but it's going to be somewhat close. Alright, so Veggie came back, so that's definitely the move. Yeah, nothing else is worth points to us. So we eat 2 boars and pelt them. We'll pelt one of them. We breed a sheep. We breed our boar. And then we get 3 points for this, 1 point for this, and 2 points for this. So we send our farm, and our score is 35 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5, 16, 5, 6. Alright, looks like we just got there, despite our very late family grow. Our bonus points carried the day. Yeah, make sure all my animals are correct. My bonus points are correct. Clay path is 3 points, yeah. Oh, apparently Lumen blocked Kimball on something. I missed whatever that was, but good for me. So 50, 51. KLJ has 43, Lumen has 46. So 50, 51, 43, and 46. All right, thank you all for watching. I might play another game after this. I'll have to figure that out, but I'm done at least for a few minutes right now. 2 wins in a row. Hopefully I can keep it going in the future, and I will see you guys later.